Friends, today the topic of our lesson is relieving tension in the pelvis, specifically in the pelvic floor. We will be working with asymmetries and aligning our pelvis. We take a soft ball. You can sit on a chair and place the soft ball under the perineum. If, friends, you are currently experiencing menstruation or have any contraindications from a doctor regarding placing the ball in this area, please feel free to simply use a soft towel or skip this exercise. You can sit comfortably in this position. You can sit in this position. You can simply sit on a chair and sit on the soft ball if these positions are uncomfortable or currently inaccessible. And here we begin to gently roll on the ball. A little forward, a little backward. Breathe calmly. A little forward, a little backward, just massaging this area. The ball is a bit soft. The shoulders are slightly lowered and relaxed. Now start moving from side to side. It's as if you are pushing the floor with one side of your body and then the other. This shifts your weight across the soft ball to the right and then to the left. Breathe calmly. And now we will slowly and gently initiate the movement in a circle. Slowly and gradually rolling over our ischial bones and slowly approaching the pubic bone. Do not hold your breath. Move in one direction, then in the other direction. Well done. And we take out the ball. Now just sit down. You can sit in a cross-legged position. Become aware of how you are sitting now, how you feel in the area of your pelvis. And now we will get into a position on all fours. Place your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your pelvis. Spread your fingers as wide as possible so that you are supporting yourself with your entire palm, but do not put weight on your wrists, avoiding overloading these joints. Keep your elbows slightly soft, reach forward with the crown of your head and pull back with your ischial bones. The shins are parallel to each other. Gently stretch the mat with your palms in different directions. And here we initiate the posterior pelvic tilt. We direct the pubic bone towards the chest. With our hands, we begin to push the floor away from ourselves. We round into the cat pose, arching the entire back. And now, while maintaining this spinal flexion, we push with our hands, shift back with a rounded back, align the torso, and return to the center. On the exhale, we direct the pubic bone towards the chest, using our hands and feet to evenly distribute the weight, pushing off the floor, rounding the body, keeping the neck long and the head heavy, shifting the torso back. While maintaining the bend, and then aligning back to a neutral position during the shift, pushing off with the shins and returning to the center. We will do this one more time. On the exhale, push with your legs and arms round your back and open the area between the shoulder blades. We shift the area of our sacrum back. For now, we simply observe how this movement occurs and then return. And now we gently take a soft ball, carefully lie down on our left side, making sure to position ourselves comfortably and prepare for the next steps. And we place the soft ball under the left ischial bone. Friends, here you have the ischial bone. You can touch and feel it, and we will place the ball on it. We will move in this way, carefully rolling the ball slowly across and then going down in a zigzag along our thigh. For now, let's gently place it under the left side. Support your left hand on your forearm. Keep your legs bent at the knees for now. And here, start to gently roll towards the floor and then towards the ceiling, towards the floor and then towards the ceiling. The legs can change their position. You can stretch your left leg if you feel more comfortable that way. The right leg can be behind or in front, whichever is comfortable for you. Find a comfortable position. And we will roll our pelvic half, breathing calmly. And we start to shift the soft ball slightly downwards towards the area of our buttocks. And we start slowly, slowly moving in a zigzag towards the knee. Maintain calm breathing. Move slowly and steadily towards the knee and gently towards the knee. And we do not reach the knee by approximately 5 to 10 centimeters. Just breathe. We move in a zigzag, and you stopped about 10 centimeters before the knee. Now I will show you, friends, where by the outer part of your thigh, not in the front, not in the back, but somewhere in the middle. And now, right now, we will roll the ball up very carefully. And we will end up in the starting position lying on our stomach with the soft ball in the groin area on the left side. We will start slowly and carefully and gently. Push with your hands and slowly, slowly, slowly roll the soft ball while maintaining calm breathing. And here we turn onto our stomachs, with the pelvis positioned and the soft ball placed in the groin area on the left side. So we lie on our stomachs, friends, and place the ball. Here in this area, here we have an inguinal triangle. We place the soft ball in this zone. It is important that you do not experience any tingling or pulsation at all. If you suddenly feel such sensations, play around a little. Move the ball slightly lower, a bit to the side, a little higher, just a few millimeters. Place your hands under your forehead. And now, for just a few seconds, lie down and become aware that your pelvis is currently in rotation, with the left half of the pelvis raised and the right half resting on the floor. In this position, the shoulders are completely relaxed. Begin to initiate a front-back pelvic tilt. We gently direct the pubic bone towards the sternum. Posterior pelvic tilt. And now the pubic bone seems to move slightly back and a little bit up from the sternum and the ischial bones. This is the anterior pelvic tilt. Gently tilt the pelvis backward. Gently tilt it forward. Gently tilt it backward. Gently tilt it forward. Breathe calmly, and you feel that by moving the pelvis, the ball is already affecting the area of your left hip joint, and we have positioned the pubic bone towards the chest. Friends, but we do not squeeze the glutes. That is, we have a free sacrum, the pubic bone gently towards the chest, and a slight tension has appeared in your lower abdomen. The shoulders are relaxed. Maintain a posterior pelvic tilt. Now start to slide your left leg along the floor far away from you, and then bring it back. You simply extend your leg along the floor as far as you feel you can while keeping your pelvis in a posterior tilt. And you will feel that the impact of the ball on the tissues is increasing. Try to keep your neck and shoulders relaxed. And now we begin to stretch far away from ourselves and literally lift the leg just a little, just enough so that the pelvis remains in a posterior tilt. Bring the pubic bone towards the sternum while extending the leg away from you, sinking well into the ball. And now we have lifted the leg, leaving it slightly suspended. And here we begin to bend the leg at the knee and straighten it. Bend the leg at the knee while still directing the pubic bone towards the sternum. Friends, it is very important that we do this not with the lower back, but rather that the extension and movement occur in the hip joint. Bend the leg at the knee and then straighten it. Keeping the shoulders relaxed, bend the leg at the knee. Start moving the lower leg outward and inward. Outward, inward. Like a janitor, your leg moves outward and inward. Please do not go to the edge of the amplitude. Do less than you want. And now we start moving in a circle, taking the lower leg outward, away from ourselves and then inward. And we start the circular movements while our pelvis is still in a posterior tilt. And in the other direction, we initiate the movements. You can feel what is happening in the hip joint. The movement seems to lubricate the joint. Well done. Lower your leg and take out the ball. Now just lie down and become aware of how your pelvis is positioned and how you feel it. And we place our hands, as in push-ups, push off, and we have come into a position on all fours. Place your palms under your shoulders and your knees under your pelvis. Reach forward with the crown of your head and back with your sit bones. And we are doing the cat pose again. We stretch the mat with our palms in different directions, and with our shins, we slightly stretch the mat in different directions. We sink our shins into the floor, directing the pubic bone towards the sternum as we exhale. We push against the floor with our hands, rounding the back. We maintain a rounded back and shift backward with the rounded back. And in the shift, we return to a neutral position, pushing off with the shins and coming back to the center. On the exhale, we direct the pubic bone towards the sternum, rounding the pelvis, back, chest, and lowering the head down, we round and shift back. And we center the torso, we return. Friends, observe how the movement of your pelvis and your entire spine feels on the left side. Do you feel a significant difference compared to the right? I think you can feel how your pelvis and your entire spine move quite differently on the left side compared to the right. It has become much freer. Well done. Now we take the ball and do the same thing on the right side. Gently and carefully place a soft ball under the right side of your body, specifically under the right pelvic bone, and do it slowly. We extend the right leg. The left leg can be positioned behind or in front. We begin to roll the ball along the pelvic half and rotate the torso slightly towards the ceiling and then towards the floor. The ball rolls either gently towards our sacrum or slowly towards the front part of our abdomen. And breathe calmly, move slowly along the bone, and gradually start to shift towards the buttock. The ball rolls down and we move just a little bit up using our hands, and we are going along. The outer and front part of the thigh in a zigzag towards our knee, in a slow and controlled manner, while maintaining calm breathing, with a focus on relaxation and mindfulness to ensure proper technique and effectiveness. We move in a zigzag. There may be different sensations on the right and left sides. Friends, let's just notice how it feels on this side. What sensations do I have here? We don't reach the knee, just about 5 to 10 centimeters away, and we stay there. On the outside, right here, we are now going to go back up, like this. We breathe. There may be a painful spot, painful sensations, and we start slowly, 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 maintaining even breathing, moving upward, calmly. And when you find yourself in the groin area on the right side, lie on your stomach and place the ball specifically in the groin area on the right side. Place your palms under your forehead. Play with the ball in a way that feels comfortable for you, ensuring there are no tingling sensations and everything feels good. Your shoulders should be relaxed. And here we begin to set the pelvic clock. Gently direct the pubic bone towards the sternum. And from the sternum to the sternum and from the sternum. Friends, we direct the pubic bone towards the sternum, but this is not about squeezing the glute. And it's not about creating tension in the sacrum. We are moving from the pubic bone so that we have a slight tone in the lower abdomen. We keep the pelvis slightly tilted back. We direct the pubic bone towards the sternum. We remain in this position. And now start sliding your right leg back on the floor, literally just extending your leg back and then bringing it back. Slide your foot back along the floor while continuing to direct your pubic bone towards your sternum. Shoulders are down, relaxed. Do not raise your shoulders to your ears. Here, the shoulders really want to rise to the ears, and the jaw tends to tense up. Please, friends, let's all relax. We give our leg a chance to work. Now we start to lift the leg slightly off the floor, sinking the thigh into the ball and then returning back. We sink the thigh into the ball and slightly lift the leg. Friends, we observe that this movement is not happening in the lower back, and you are constantly maintaining a posterior pelvic tilt. Lift the leg, keeping it slightly suspended. We begin to gently bend the knee and straighten it. Slightly bend, slightly straighten, and you bend your leg just enough until you feel that you are in control of your pelvis, so that you haven't lost it and have already moved to the lower back while you control the posterior pelvic tilt. Bend the leg at the knee, and here we move the lower leg slightly outward, then slightly inward. A little outward, a little inward, we breathe calmly. We do not go beyond the limits of amplitude. We do less than we want. Friends, let's learn to do less than we desire. Then the effect will be much greater. The muscles will work much deeper. They will engage very actively, rather than when you simply go to the limit of your range and injure yourself. And we start the movement in a circle. We move the lower leg outward, down in a circle. Maintaining even breathing. The other way. Well done. Lower your leg, take out the ball. Now just lie down for a moment. Feel how your pelvis is positioned right now. Place your hands as if you were doing push-ups. Push yourself up, and we are back in the quadruped position. We perform the cat pose, sinking down on our shins, tilting the pelvis back, pushing the floor away with our hands, rounding the back, lowering the head, and lengthening the neck. Cat back, still maintaining the bend in the spine. We center the torso and return to the center. On the exhale, we allow the pelvis to rotate, the head to drop, pushing the floor well with the hands and pushing the floor away with the shins. We shift back into a bend and center ourselves. And we observe, friends, how the sensations of your pelvis are moving right now. How your entire spine is moving as a whole. Has this movement indeed become much more liberated and unrestricted, and we are actually still in the position on all fours? Stretch the mat slightly with your palms in different directions. Now find the diagonal, right hand, left shin, as if you want to push the mat slightly to the right with your right palm, while tearing the mat slightly to the left with your left shin. Maintain a neutral straight torso and begin to extend the right leg along the body and then return it back. Extend the right leg and then return it back. Keeping the pelvis still, the movement occurs slowly and gently, only in the hip joint. We breathe. We extend the leg along the body, maintaining this active work of the diagonal. Right arm, left shin. We do not shift the torso anywhere, and now we extend the leg, leaving it suspended. We start by slightly moving the leg away, then returning it to neutral. Bring it in, return to neutral. Move it away, abduction at the hip joint, then return to neutral. We bring the leg in at the hip joint. Friends, the pelvis stays in place, only the leg moves. Abduction, neutral. Adduction, moving through neutral, abduction, adduction. Breathe calmly. Do not drop your head. Look at the floor. The tip of your nose is pointing down towards the floor. And now we bring the leg in. Move the leg slightly to the left. Lower it gently onto the ball of the foot for support. Push off. Lift the left knee carefully and bring the left knee slightly forward in front of you. We bend the right leg, and we find ourselves in this position, one leg over the other, with the knees centered between our hands. Right away, friends, we place one brick behind ourselves so that we can sit on it. And now we begin to gently push the floor away from ourselves with our hands, shifting back and opening the ischial bones. We slightly open up. We do not round the back, but slightly open it. And here we begin to push off. Shift the pelvis slightly to the right with the right shin. Push off with the left shin, shifting the pelvis slightly to the left. We begin to draw a semicircle with the pelvis. We are not tasked with sitting down immediately. Instead, we are moving calmly together. A lot of tension accumulates here. Most people sit a lot, and the muscle layers literally stick together. Friends, in this movement, in this position, different emotions and feelings may arise. Because we are working very deeply with the pelvis, if you suddenly feel any emotions rising, please experience them in the moment, whether it's anger or the urge to cry. If you feel any resentment, allow it to come out. Do not hold it in. As we move very gradually and slowly like this, we shift back slowly, very gently, very smoothly, exhaling all the tension that we feel. And at some point in time, you feel that you can sit down. We sit down together as a group, together, on the ischial bones, so that our pelvis is in a neutral position. We place a brick under ourselves and we have sat down. And in this position, both ischial bones are actually both indeed in contact with the brick. Indeed. On the exhale, we lift the arms up, shoulders relaxed, and on the inhale, the arms come down to the sides. On the exhale, we lift our arms up, and on the inhale, we bring our arms out to the sides. We lift our arms up, then extend our arms to the sides. We lower the left arm to the floor, reach the right arm up towards the ceiling, and sink the right ischial bone a little more into the brick. And we return back, lower the right hand to the floor, reach up to the ceiling with the left hand, and gently stretch down with the left ischial bone, and we begin. Side bends to one side and then to the other. Friends, keep your breath even and calm. This is key. We are breathing together. If you feel that you want to place another brick under your pelvis to keep it level, please do so. We lean to the left side, opening the right side. And here, we begin to gently spiral inwards. With the right hand, we glide along the floor, drawing a semicircle. With the left hand, we glide along the floor, drawing a semicircle to the left. We return to a side bend to the left, opening the right side. And again, with the right hand, we spiral the rib cage. The right hand glides slowly along the floor, the left hand, and we begin to draw a semicircle together, continuing to breathe calmly and gently. Well done. Let's do it one last time. And when we have moved forward with our hands, we stay here. We start to place the abdomen on the knees. We lower the head and just stay here for a little while, breathing a bit. As we exhale tension from our pelvic area, spreading like ice cream in the sun, we begin to melt. And with each exhale, allow tension. Leave. You soften gently and deeply from the inside through breathing and completely. Inhale into the pelvic area, into the area of the ischial bones, and gently exhale. And groove vertically upwards in a controlled manner. We carefully push off with our shins and extend the left leg gradually and steadily, then slowly return to the quadruped position. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the pelvis, we perform the cat pose. On the exhale, we direct the pubic bone towards the sternum, rounding the entire back, shifting the rounded back backward, centering the torso, and returning to the center. On the exhale, the pelvis rotates. Friends, how is your pelvis moving right now? How do you feel this movement? Has it become smoother, freer, more relaxed? How your entire spine moves. Let's do it one more time. Well done. Stay on all fours. Now let's find the diagonal. Left hand, right shin. Gently stretch to the sides as if you are expanding. You have already gained more stability in your torso. And it's easier for you not to shift anywhere. You found this diagonal. And we begin to stretch the left leg along the body and return it back without shifting the torso anywhere. Here, there is a strong desire to fall to the right diagonally, but we are trying to remain still. Friends, then our stomach starts to work very actively. Our whole body begins to support us. And the muscles begin to align very well when we do not collapse into the joints. Breathe out as we extend the leg. We have extended the leg and held it. Now we begin to move the leg to the left. Returning to neutral, bring it slightly to the right, neutral. We move the leg away, friends. The pelvis does not move. Only the thigh moves relative to the pelvis. Neutral. Adduction at the hip joint, neutral. Abduction, neutral, adduction. Move through neutral. Do not drop your head. Keep the back of your head as if you are slightly pushing against the ceiling. Breathe calmly. And the next time we bring our leg, we move the leg to the right and place it on the balls of our feet. Lift the right knee, slide it slightly forward, and bend the left leg at the knee. We find ourselves in a position with one leg crossed over the other. The knees are positioned between our two hands. We are positioned in the center. We immediately place the brick behind us for convenience. And here we start to gently push the floor away from ourselves with our hands. And, friends, clearly backward. That is, we are not moving diagonally at the beginning, but it feels like we want to shift clearly backward, just a little bit. And here we start to push off. With the right shin, we shift the pelvis to the right, and with the left shin, we shift the pelvis to the left. We begin to draw a semicircle with the pelvis. Well done, let's breathe. And slowly we start to shift back, continuing to breathe, friends. Allowing all feelings, emotions, if they exist, if they arise, to come out. We have a lot of tension in the pelvic area, a lot of shame in this zone. We do not allow ourselves to be feminine, to be sexual. We try to hide this all the time, but in reality, it is our feminine strength, our feminine nature. And just allow this stress and tension to gradually leave your body and become more liberated and free, more relaxed, completely. We sit down on a brick with our sitting bones, feeling the support in our sitting bones. The pelvis is in a neutral position. Reach up towards the ceiling with the crown of your head. On the exhale, lift your arms up. On the inhale, arms through the sides. On the exhale, arms up. On the inhale, arms through the sides. Lift your arms up, extend your arms to the sides, lower your right hand to the floor, and reach up with your left hand towards the ceiling, opening up your entire left side, while gently sinking your left sitting bone further towards the floor. Then return. Lower your left hand to the floor. Reach up with your right hand towards the ceiling, opening up your right side. Then return. And we continue to lean to one side and then to the other. On the inhale, we lean to one side. On the exhale, we return. And on the inhale, we lean to the opposite side. And we lean to the right side, opening up the left side. And here, in a spiral motion, gently twisting, the left hand draws a semicircle in front of us, while the right hand draws a semicircle in front of us. And we lift our right arm, returning to the side bend to the right, spiraling as we draw a semicircle. We feel how the area of our pelvis opens up. We experience pleasure. Friends, please smile. Yes, we are moving together. This is wonderful for our bodies. Our bodies need movement. Movement is life. Without movement, our bodies perish. And the next time we reach forward with our hands, stay here and try to bring your belly a little closer to your thighs. Lower your head. And here, let yourself melt a little, exhaling the tension that you feel. Allow your body to soften, ensuring that your shoulders are completely relaxed. Take a deep breath and hold it here for a moment, feeling the calmness spread through you. Observe that you are not clenching your jaw in pain, furrowing your forehead, tightening your lips, or holding your tongue. Everything is relaxed and calm. Well done on your efforts. Now, we gently push off with our shins, making sure to maintain a steady and controlled movement. Keep your focus and continue with this smooth and deliberate action. Gently straighten the left leg and then return to the quadruped position. Place your palms under your shoulders, knees under your pelvis. Perform the cat pose. Allow your pelvis to rotate. We round our bodies. We round our backs. We shift the pelvis back. We center ourselves. We return. On the exhale, we allow the pelvis to round, moving into a backward tilt, exhaling from the lower abdomen. We shift the cat back and return. How do you feel now, friends, about the movement of your pelvis and your spine? Do you feel a tremendous difference? Well done indeed. And we stayed on our calves and continued to grow vertically upwards. In this position, you can place bricks behind yourself and position your palms on the bricks for elevation. For those who are comfortable without elevations, we will stay with our palms on the floor. The palms are facing straight ahead. The shins can be a little wider apart and the knees a bit wider as well. And here we start pushing off with our shins. Direct the pubic bone towards the sternum. With our hands, we push the floor away from ourselves. The collarbones are wide. We push ourselves up with our hands. And with a nod of the head, we return back. For most friends, it will be more comfortable on elevations. So please do not rush immediately. Lower your hands down and do it on an elevation. This way, the chest will open up much more freely. Push yourself up with your hands. Friends, it is important that we do not push ourselves up with our lower back, but rather open the chest more with our hands. Look forward, and with a nod of the head, we return back. We immerse ourselves with the shins, rotate the pelvis, and gently do not direct the pubic bone towards the chest. And with our hands, it's as if we are pushing and stretching the mat in different directions, opening up our collarbones. And look forward, without tilting the neck back. And with a nod of the head, we gently return back. As we exhale, we open up. And with a nod of the head, we return to our starting point. Well done, everyone. Inhale, softly and gently. Exhale. Feel how the front of your thighs slowly opens up. How your chest opens up. Friends, please connect with your breath. Each with their own breath and movement. There's no need to connect with me. Please be in your own process. It is important for us to synchronize movement and breathing so that you can breathe calmly and evenly under different loads. And now we have reached this position. Let's stay here. Push yourself up with your hands and let's breathe here for a bit. Inhale into your ribs, expanding your chest. Inhale, soft exhale. If suddenly, friends, you feel that your neck is starting to tense up, please just continue the movement. Through movement. For those who feel comfortable in this position, let's stay here for a little while and breathe. It's important that your neck does not tense up. Breathe deeply. One more inhale and exhale slowly. Well done, everyone. Let us all continue downwards. We get on all fours. We curl our toes and feet. We push off with our legs. We reach up towards the ceiling with our sit bones. We reach our hands towards our feet and bend our knees. We place our abdomen on our thighs. Lower your head down and relax a little here. Just in this position, with your sitting bones slightly stretching upwards, while your feet are firmly grounded into the floor. And now, pressing with the feet, we tilt the pelvis backward, directing the pubic bone towards the sternum. And we smoothly grow vertically upwards, vertebra by vertebra. We stand up. Now, position your feet slightly wider apart at a comfortable 45-degree angle. You can take a chair and hold on to it for support. Feet should not be too wide apart, friends. They should be positioned so that our knees are always aligned with the first and second toes. The collarbones are wide. You can use a chair or not. You can hold onto the wall. And we begin to slide our sitting bones directly towards the floor, without tilting the pelvis or opening it, but clearly sliding down until you feel that you are holding your pelvis with your feet. And with an exhale, we rise up. Inhale. We stretch our knees as if pulling them in different directions, and the knees are always looking at the first and second toes. Push the floor away from you slowly with your feet. This helps you grow upwards. Exhale. Inhale. We don't let ourselves sink, right, friends? To the point where we can no longer lift ourselves up. We go just until the moment you feel that you are holding your pelvis with your legs. Exhaling, we grow upwards. Inhale. We stretch our knees in different directions so that our feet do not point in one direction while our knees fall inward. We continuously stretch our knees in different directions. Exhale through your feet, pushing the floor. Grow vertically upwards. And let's add another emphasis here. When we push ourselves up, you distribute the weight of your feet approximately 60 to 40. 60 on the front part of the foot, 40 on the back. We are learning to rely on the pad of the big toe, base of the thumb. Exhale slowly and deeply. Grow upwards. Inhale slowly and deeply. Well done. Step back. We are just now starting the work. Everything is calm and relaxed. Only the legs are actively working. We push the floor away with our feet from the top of our head and grow upwards. And when we grow upwards, friends, please do not overextend your knees. All the time, we are stretching upwards from the feet, maintaining this connection from the feet to the pelvis. Let's do it one last time. Well done. Bring your legs together. And now just stand up, close your eyes. Observe how you are standing right now. How do you perceive yourself overall as a whole? How does your pelvis feel? Focus on your lower back. your chest, your neck, and your head, ensuring each area is relaxed and comfortable. What position are your shoulders in right now, at this moment? Just notice. Open your eyes. Take a little walk around the room. Observe what has changed in your gait and share how you feel. Have a great day, everyone. Goodbye.